All right, ladies and gentlemen, Harlequin here, and we are casting RoseN versus RoseN versus MercyKiller as a Warp Spider Exarch. RoseN as the Apothecary. Like I said, I'm Harlequin here with 5-Star General. This is game 2 in a best of 3 in the round of 16. So, do you expect anything different for these players to be doing here? We've seen all sorts of funky plays out of them.
I really don't know what to expect at all. The map is quite a bit different from Siwa, as we were just talking about in the pregame chat. Although I know the on-demand viewers won't quite be able to hear much of that. But yeah, so the map's a little bit different. But at the same time, we see RoseN opening the same way. We see that MercyKiller is opening basically the same way. So no, I don't expect too much different. I don't see a reason for MercyKiller to change anything, except maybe in anticipation of RoseN changing something. So let's see. RoseN has the opportunity to get scouts now. Yep, he's going to get that second scout squad, so that's the same. So thus far, same builds for both players.
Yeah, double generators going up right now for MercyKiller, and so therefore I would have to assume he's thinking Shuriken Cannon once again. Perhaps, I don't know, we'll see where that's going. And by the way, anybody tuning in here, the red player is MercyKiller, the guy with the gibberish name, who does, by the way, own 2 victory points, which looks good on my screen.
Yes, it looks good on my screen
Yay!
as well. Excellent.
A lot of nice early game fighting here going on between the Guardians and the Scouts. It looked like the Guardians had maybe a little bit more cover advantage than the Scouts, but either way, Scouts forced to go home.
Yeah, it was interesting because the Scouts actually started with a cover advantage in that battle, and then the Guardians managed to move up into it as well. And Guardians straight up versus Scouts there is going to go to the Guardians, but you know, Scouts have some extra speed, can maneuver into cover a little better at times. So sometimes, you know, you can see a little bit of difference there. But meanwhile, the attacks are going to go ahead up and capture that point. Remember, they have 1.5x capping speed. That's why they're capping that so quickly, whereas the Guardians were taking forever to capture that.
Ooh, Warp Spider Exarch down in the south here, just being the bane of these poor little Scouts, trying his best to shred them this way and that with his little death spinners and whatnot. And we do have the Apothecary being set upon by these Howling Banshees. However, Howling Banshees do not want to have anything to do with all those attacks, shooting them to pieces, and they're just going to go ahead and run away. Yeah, I would love to see some full auto out of the Apothecary this time. But you know, of course, that's more traditional. I do respect the fact that he was varied with that last game.
We have Rangers coming out for MercyKiller.
Well, that's interesting and different.
Yeah, that is a break from last game's strategy. So I guess, you know, on this map, again, not a bad choice. You've got a pretty open area near the power, so Rangers are able to defend that pretty nicely. Getting into the middle can be a little tough. The infiltration that Rangers have can allow them to do that maybe a little bit better than Shurikens can.
Yeah, it seems like Shurikens can. It seems like the combination of infiltrated Ranger and Warp Spider allows for very good control over the right victory point and the victory point closest to his base. Just because you can kind of constantly send them out there and grab those. It's not very far to blink or to sneak to, perhaps. Yeah.
Very nice retreat timing on those Scouts, by the way. The Rangers had just set up. They were going to take a shot at the Scouts, and right then the Scouts retreated just before the shot hit them, so they took reduced damage. Otherwise, they would have lost a model.
Nice. First power node just going up right now for RoseN, by the way. So with 3 generators already online for MercyKiller, that's quite a difference there. Oh yeah, of course, RoseN's going right away for his assault squad.
Yeah, that is on the way here. And just about out. And here comes the first generator for RoseN.
Warp Spider Exarch continue to just blink around like a maniac, providing nice little harassment here. He's just kind of challenging all of these points, and then, you know, when it looks like he obviously can't get it, he just blinks away. Banshees being nice and maneuverable over on the left-hand side, capping that power node. And again, the 2 obvious victory points going to MercyKiller for the time being here. I think that's kind of my prediction, at least, or my hope, is that he's going to just have massive control over those, just using his fast, nimble units all the time. Oh, but speaking of fast and nimble, we do have the Rangers are being threatened a bit by this assault squad, but they're going to go ahead and retreat on out of there.
Yeah, so meanwhile, we've got a pretty sizable buildup of requisition from MercyKiller for Tier 1. But again, we have the same issue for MercyKiller that we had last game. He doesn't have any solid control over any secondary power points. So right now he only has his main farm. He's got that as loaded as he can. He is actually going to go ahead and grab a Shuriken here. I thought he might just hold out till Tier 2, but it seems like he wants a little more Tier 1 presence.
You can see here that the Apothecary and the Assault Marines are both challenging a 3 cap right now for RoseN. And MercyKiller is going to have to react accordingly to that. So, Howling Banshees charging on an aspect of the Banshees up. We should see some screams out of them sometime soon, perhaps.
Well, It doesn't matter too much when they're in melee combat already because
okay.
it doesn't really matter if they're suppressed. So they're going to go ahead and do it now so they can back out.
Yeah, there we go.
Not take damage on retreat. So a good micro there by MercyKiller, recognizing when to go ahead and use that, when not to use it.
Tactical Marines kind of backing away now as we do have War Spider Exarch just kind of blinking on in, forcing some melee against them, which is nice. Shuriken Cannon getting set up in the center right now. The scouts, the Rangers are just being pursued by this Apothecary.
They're finally getting Pathfinder on them, by the way. That's why they haven't been able to infiltrate yet. So they're just kind of running away. Ooh, the Apothecary.
Nice little sync kill there.
Yeah, very nice sync kill, but that's also pretty huge economically here, as that's going to really hurt, maybe even lose a second one here. Remember, these Rangers bleed power. And at the moment, with both players being very close in power and having more than enough requisition to tech to tier 2, that could hurt MercyKiller's ability to get to tier 2 or ability to purchase something in tier 2, depending on how he handles the reinforce here. He does not seem to be going back to reinforce, so looks like he's going to be looking to tech to tier 2 first.
MercyKiller is totally capped out on this map right now. This is a blue map. He is in enemy territory anywhere he goes at this point, practically.
Yeah, we are seeing that RoseN is waiting a little bit to press tier 2 here, so he could have teched basically at the same time as my bad. RoseN could have teched at the same time as MercyKiller, but he's taking a little too long. But now these Rangers in another bad position here. They lose one model. They're going to lose 2 models. He infiltrates, and he's actually going to keep it here. He's going to retreat. He's actually going to go ahead and capture. And finally, RoseN is going to go ahead and hit tier 2, by the way. Hit the tier 2 button. I mean, not actually hit tier 2 itself.
Yeah, it's always good discipline that he infiltrated those Rangers and resist the urge to retreat them and said, no, I'll cap this point and then I'll retreat them. I just want to get maximum value out of them before I pull them off the field.
There was no immediate threat there, and so yeah, probably the right choice to go ahead and do that. We see Banshee's going ahead wailing away on a power node in the middle here for RoseN. RoseN has both middle power nodes, which is really helping him out here, boosting his power income about 15 power above per minute what MercyKiller is getting. Despite the, as far as generators go, they both only have 3 generators up. This Apothecary is in a bad situation here, getting hit by that Ranger, and these Banshees now are between it and its retreat path, but it's going to be able to get out on the right. A lot of range GPS going down on the Banshees here. They're researching an Exarch, and actually these scouts here retreating as well. They don't want to have anything to do with those Banshees. The Guardians were trying to close in, maybe nade spike the Tactical Marines, but Tactical Marines, again, just too much damage. This Ranger still has not been retreated. It has 1 model. He's going to have to be careful with it. We see that there is, again, no threat to it until the Assault Space Marines. He's got to get it out! It's out here!
Just barely got out of there.
Yeah, it's still infiltrated, so there's nothing that's revealing it, and now he's going to go ahead and retreat, and he looks safe. It looks safe, so he should be good.
All right, War Spider Exarch capping aside over there. It is 2-1 right now, so 358 for RoseN, 381 for MercyKiller. Still anybody's game, but MercyKiller is definitely, for all of his mobility, especially, again, trying to make me be an idiot here, for all of his mobility, having a really hard time capping any of these points.
Yeah, and in the meantime as well, we see that RoseN is grabbing out a Razorback, while MercyKiller here doesn't really have much. What is this grenade spike right on top of his own Shuriken? That actually ended up doing like it did a fair amount of damage, but wow, oh man.
Launched it up in the air a little bit.
Lost a bit of a misclick. Yeah, that was quite scary, I'd have to say. And in the meantime, a giant blob of units MercyKiller's got in the middle, all of them just being pounced on by the Assault Marines here, just losses left and right. Because everything's too blobbed up, can't even retreat properly. These Guardians are like, we don't really retreat. The Shuriken goes down!
Dead Shuriken? That's no good. Oh man, MercyKiller is just not having any luck on this map today.
I just, I kind of keep thinking, what if it had just 100 more health? Because that plasma grenade...
Yeah! A valid question. And now we have the Razorback on the field. Absolutely no AV in sight for the time being. For MercyKiller now. This Razorback is coming all the way up front and center, just going to sit right on top of this gen farm.
Yeah, I'm not sure what MercyKiller's plan here is. He's going to go ahead and grab a Bright Lance, but he's got nothing to save the gens immediately. He's going to have to maybe replace them, but he's getting that Bright Lance out. He's not getting any other real army units out here. And he has... I don't know, he's not holding this generator farm too well. Maybe the Bright Lance will allow him to do that, but he does seem to be trying to go to tier 3. But if you don't have power and you hit tier 3, you may as well not be in tier 3.
Yeah. Just a single back cap going on the victory points.
Oh, look at this Ranger. It's still just...
no Ranger. Oh.
Down. Oh.
Was that same Ranger who's been out here at 1 hit point the whole time?
Ranger, yeah.
Why didn't he ever go back home? Oh, well.
He did go back home, actually, but I don't think he was reinforced because it seems like... Oh, no, wait. No. Falcon, Wraithlord. I don't know what MercyKiller wants to do anymore. His War Spider Arc goes down.
Oh no, the Assault Squad is just making mincemeat of these gentlemen. The Guardians are trying their best to kind of fend them off, but you can see
oh, that's way too much for the Banshees to deal with. If Angels of Death is popped, and you know,
yep. Great use of that right there.
Plays.
Shuriken Cannon made away with a few hit points, but all of these gentlemen here are just going to open up those poor Banshees, getting chopped up quite a bit, taking a lot of damage there. I'm sure there were plenty of heals going on. No, there wasn't even a heal. There was no need for a heal yet. He's at full mana practically. But this Razorback right now is just doing so much damage.
He did pop 1 heal. He has improved medical equipment.
Oh, so he's regenerating like mad. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that Bright Lance had no chance at doing any damage there. We can see the power node is going down right now. Total domination for RoseN here. MercyKiller really trapped in there, about to own 0 points on the map very soon here.
Yeah. I don't think these Salt Space Marines are going to have any issue finishing off that. Well, they're just going to go ahead and deal with the Bright Lance is their concern right now.
Yeah, they don't have any Melt-A-Bombs or anything, but, I mean... That couldn't be too hard to fix.
They can kind of just skirt around this Wraithlord at the moment, honestly. They don't necessarily have to directly engage it.
Yeah, Apothecary taking a couple of big whacks here out of the Wraithlord there.
Ooh, those Banshees getting away with like 6 health.
Assault Marines leaping onto safety right now. This Razorback still doing a great job. Pretty much all that's going on over here is the Apothecary is just on an epic marathon here, running away. Oh, getting picked off by the Guardian squad with the Warlock there. Having been chopped quite a few times there by that.
Yeah, he's got plenty of red for Laramans, though. He'll pick him up the second that he feels that it'll be yeah, worthwhile doing. So he is going to go ahead and grab Missile Launcher here. He's got a Dreadnought coming out. We see basically this is just the proper response here from RoseN. He's doing his best to kind of push forward, continue to threaten the key assets of MercyKiller, to make sure that MercyKiller can't just cap the map, maintain map control as much as he can, and then to go ahead and get the bigger walker out. And now we actually see again, there we go, the Apothecary revives there with Laramans, just goes ahead and starts capturing the victory.
Howling Banshees are going to set upon this Apothecary, but still, there's one point on the map right now that belongs to MercyKiller. MercyKiller is at a humongous economic disadvantage, and he's losing troops like crazy.
Yeah, and now we're seeing the missile attacks are going to be able to use the Razorback here to kind of like kite, improve their speed. They do need to actually target the Wraithlord though in order for that to matter. But the Banshee is quite low here. They're not going to lose the squad, but again, just all that MercyKiller has to replace now. Just not very nice.
Making good use of his on-the-fly reinforcements from his Razorback. You can see all these troops staying nice and healthy there. Now the Wraithlord is about to start getting a beating here as our Dreadnoughts setting into them. Probably going to take another shot or two out of this tac squad if he ever leaves it alone for long enough. Obviously, that's all he's trying to do there is just keep that tac squad engaged in melee. But now, yes, he's going to start taking rockets. Not looking good at all for that little Wraithlord there. Poor Wraithlord, you and your beautiful shiny emerald armor. But yeah, other than the fact that
it's actually backing off.
Dreadnought backed off, and then we got a humongous sink kill right there on the Sergeant from that Tactical Marine squad. One more rocket is all it's going to take, though, but I think he's going to close the gap and get into melee before that can happen.
I'm not sure why the Razorback isn't picking up these tacs here. We are seeing nice usage of the terrain here, though, by the Dreadnought. Yeah. Oh, nice!
Like the Kool-Aid man, Mr. Dreadnought just, oh yeah, busting on through that wall, getting a nice little backstab. Ooh, we get a sink kill.
Sink kill, epic sink kill.
Dreadnought on Dreadnought sink kill. I'm going to appreciate that. Oh, kaboom. He just kind of crushes his face there a little bit. So, yeah, man. Other than the fact that, despite the fact that he has no points on the map, MercyKiller's been doing a pretty good job staying in the game in terms of victory points. But I think he realizes the writing on the wall at this point is going to go ahead and say good game. So congrats to RoseN there winning game 2.